this is Hysha. I'm coming to you with day 4. I can't believe I've been dedicated to this challenge thus far. It might seem like a lot or little to you, but to me, it's about completing a goal. And so I want to celebrate and be proud of myself that I've made it 4 days. Because the weekend actually posed a bit of a challenge, but I was able to work through that and give you my transparent self and be authentic, which was one of the things that I wanted to display through this channel, and I got that opportunity. Well, being day 4, my goal is to bring you a quote every day. So if you've been wondering, is she going to stop with these quotes? But at least for the first week. And today's quote comes from a person named Alan Perlis. And it was important for me to know who he was, because he is a computer scientist or computer programmist. And as someone who has a degree in computer science and information technology, I was very honored, and I could totally understand where his quote was coming from. His quote is, "Fools ignore complexity. Pragmatists suffer it. Some can avoid it. Geniuses remove it." Now, I don't think I'm in any way a genius. I mean, this man, he worked at Yale, he attended MIT and Carnegie and all these places, but I do try to make smart decisions. And if someone as smart as him can come up with something of saying that it's important to remove complexity, it makes me feel like this goal towards simplicity is on the right track. So if you're joining me with the goal, know that we can be considered in the group of geniuses as we go towards this goal, even though some days we don't always feel like it. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about something that I do annually. So each year, I come up with a list of goals. I've decided that the goals were going to be coinciding with my age. So I have 43, yes, I'm 43, or will be 43 this year, but I have 43 goals. And what led to me having the goals was a book that I read by Brian Tracy. It's called Goals. And it talks about the process of going through creating goals and how to prioritize them and how to formulate and make steps towards the goals. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from there. But I also, one of the things I'll talk about is bullet journal. And with my bullet journal, I have added in a tab where I've created them in an Excel sheet. I love organization. In Excel, I love Excel. And I created a sheet that lists all 43 of my goals. They're not all large goals. I think you would get, you might feel like this is complex, there being 43. For me, it was quite simple. Figure out my age, that's how many goals, sit down over a couple days span, just kind of write the first things that come to my mind, put them into categories and make sure that I'm not duplicating. And you come out with a list of goals. I mean, it was a process of kind of getting rid of things, organizing things, putting them into categories. But to share 5 of my goals with you, one, I wanted to develop a housekeeping routine. The reason for that is I wanted to make it simpler for me to do all the tasks that I wanted to get done, but not always feeling so overwhelmed by it. So one of the things I've done under that is I've created a tracker that I want to have an empty sink every night. And I've got the entire family involved in it. Even Hazel Gray likes to help me empty the dishwasher at night when I'm tired and just trying to get that goal accomplished. And we have been successful all the way up until now in February. So I actually started in December and did it for the whole month of December. So I know that I'm going to be successful. Another one is that I want to listen to a book per month. I love audiobooks. I also narrate audiobooks, and I'll talk about that too. But I want to listen to a nonfiction book that helps me grow and develop. And I do that when I'm driving in my car to work. It's about a 45-minute drive without traffic. And so that allows me to get through books in probably a quicker fashion. Watch less TV. I had already started this in 2016. I want to be more of a contributor, and I want to make content. I don't want to always be taking in other people's content for various reasons. But for me, most importantly, is I want to spend time doing other things that TV sometimes doesn't allow me to do. A fourth one is I read the Bible every day. And I'm also trying to, at least each week, memorize another section of it. One day maybe I'll use this to recite some, and you can tell me what you're learning and memorizing too. I will say that it was difficult last week. We were suffering in our house with some congestions and colds and things that I find that if I don't get enough rest and my head is groggy, it's really hard to memorize. So I'll talk about some of the tips that I have for that, and hopefully that will inspire you if you ever wanted to read the Bible or memorize portions. I thought it was important, the fifth one, to list one of my bigger goals because it's one of the things that I'd really like to talk about in this channel. And so one of my goals is to pay off debt. The goal is to pay off all commercial debt and then move on to student loan debt. I don't really have a lot of commercial loan debt, probably only a couple $100 left. We paid off a large sum at the beginning of the year, and I have plans to go throughout. I believe that debt keeps us as a hostage to many situations and many different entities that we don't need to be able to have a simple and happy life. So I want to dedicate a lot of this channel to talking about personal finance and our journey, that if it will benefit you, the things that I've done or the things that I have helped others do, I really want to help make your lives free, make your lives happy, make sure that you're looking at money in the right context. And that's my 5 goals. So I wanted to share with you one of the things that's important: goal setting and accomplishing goals. I feel that if you don't have a vision for where you want to go, then you feel as though you're just spinning your wheels, or you're spending every day the same way, almost like a Groundhog's Day. So I created the goals so that I have something that I'm working towards. Because one of the purposes of this channel is to really document my life as I go towards 50, because by 50, I want to accomplish all of the things that I have wanted to do for the past few decades that I have not accomplished because I have not been dedicated and focused towards that. And when you have more of a simple context, then you know what you're going towards, and you can ultimately be successful and maybe even be a little genius. Anyway, I hope that this inspired you today. I thank you for coming along with me in this journey, and this being day 4, it is an exciting time for me, and I hope to see you and to continue to do more and more. I'm having fun doing this, quite honestly, and I don't know if you've realized, but I've moved to a different camera today. I want to see if this makes better images for me to bring towards your viewing pleasure. The other days I was using my iPhone, which is not bad. I'm just trying to get the whole ratio and aspect involved. So if you have any things that you'd like to share with me below, what I'd like to see is, if you have any goals, let me know what your goals are. If you have a way that you go about creating them, please, I'd love to hear it so that I can maybe incorporate it into the things that I am doing. And I want to know how you stay accountable to your goals and how you work towards them. If there's a group that you stay accountable to, if there is a place that you post so that other people can see them like I'm trying to do, I would love to hear about it. Finally, if you have any ideas or you want to share with me how I can make this blog better, I would love it if you would send those things along. Please subscribe and like if you are liking this channel, and please comment if you have any questions or things you'd like to share. Thank you so much for spending these couple of minutes with me. See you tomorrow.